Happy Motivational Monday. Y'all, top of the week. New month. Happy new month, y'all. We are already in the third month of the year. Happy new month to everybody. Now, see what I'm doing. Getting myself ready to head out the door. I'm listening to Tony Robinson around here this morning, y'all. Pastor Tony Robinson, he around here going. He on, he's a good person just to kind of get you fiery for the day. If you want to get some fire under your foot, if you want to get lit up, y'all listen to Tony Robinson in the morning time. He's a pastor out there out of Texas, and he helps me to crank it up. So I'm gonna get into my points right quick, so I can go ahead and head off. Happy Motivational Monday again. So y'all, trade it out. Okay, so trade it out. We practicing trading it out. So when I say trade out the bad habits with the good habits. Trading out the bad habits with the good habits. Instead of procrastination, cherish your time to get the most done. You know what I'm saying? As times ain't waiting on nobody as we already into the third month of the year. So let me move you guys. Let me move right quick, because I'm gonna drop these points and I'm gonna go ahead and get out the way, because I got to finish up here. So trade out the good habits with the bad habits. Trading out the good habits with the bad habits. Instead of procrastination, cherish your time to get the most done. Okay, cherish your time to get the most done. Instead of worrying, develop a strategy. Instead of worrying about it, instead of wrecking your brain, develop a strategy. Instead of complaining, solve the problem. Instead of complaining about the problem ain't gonna move. You know what I'm saying? So just solve the issue, solve the problem. Come up with a solution, a strategy. Instead of being petty, keep your peace. It's easy, y'all. It's easy to be petty. It's easy to be petty. I'm trying to tell you. But keep your peace. The more you practice not responding and not engaging in the negativity, the better you gonna grow in peace. The more, whenever it happens, you already built that muscle not to respond and not to engage in it, so you can be able to handle the situation differently and better. Like it's practice like anything else, practicing to keep your peace. Instead of feeling bad about yourself all the time, develop attitude gratitude. Instead of wallowing and woe is me, this happened and I fall and can't get up type mentality. You know what I'm saying? You got to flip the way how you receive things. You receive stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because the things happen to everybody. You got some people, they're willing to take their loss, and they're willing to move on. They're willing to learn a lesson. That's the difference between a rich mindset and a poor mindset. A wealthy mindset person, they look at that loss. They look at that loss as a way to learn a lesson. A poor mindset person, they wallow in that. You know what I'm saying? They allow that to be the thing to keep them from moving forward. a wealthy mindset person, they look at it, a loss to them is more like a gain, because they're like, okay, I'm gonna see how I'm gonna get better at it. Their whole approach is different, so instead they're not gonna sit around and feel bad about something that they know that they can change. They are, more, of a problem solver, instead of like focusing on the problem. So that's, you got to flip the way how you do things and how you perceive things. So instead of feeling bad about it all the time, develop a gratitude attitude, okay? Instead of throwing your money away and assess of partying and stuff like that, and like flip that, invest, figure out a way how you going to get ahead with your family. Like right now, if you say you have legacies, you got kids, grandkids and stuff like that. If you was to right now, something was to happen to you, you was to get sick, anything like that, how would your family maintain? How could you be able to support your family? So you got to start thinking about ways of covering yourself if something was to happen to you. Do you have short-term disability set up with your employment? Do you have, if you say you work for yourself or you already retired, do you have something set up like through another financial institution or bank that's going to help you out? If you can't, well, if you retire, you're supposed to be getting a check anyhow. But do you have additional things like to help? Something you had to go to like a long-term facility. A lot of times you have to pay for those services. Like when people people coming to your home and help take care of you. Like a lot of people don't want to go into a nursing home, so they have things set up to where they'll have people to come into their home and help take care of them. Some people I've known, like I've heard of, like some elderly people. They want to be in their home. Like a lot of people, some people pass away in their home. They don't want to go to like a nursing home or hospital. Like the hospice comes into their home. You have to kind of have things set up to where how would you want to be set up? Like what and I'm thinking like, okay, am I, I like to be top tier. Like if I'm, like say high 90s, I'm shooting for the 100 years. How would I want my last days to look like? Where would I want to be at? Me, if you're going to put me in somewhere, it better be nice. I want to be exclusive. I want to have my own room. I want to, have top-notch nurses, doctors. Hey, Chuck, that's how I want to be. If I want to be in the comfort of my own home, them doctors and nurses, they better be on point. So the type of lifestyle, how you want to leave here, that's how you have to start planning now. You have to start planning stuff down. Because if you don't have things planned, your kids, some kids, they'll put you anywhere. Hey, just go throw her down there at A&M nursing home where it's short staff and the people, they tired. They just want a quick check. So you got to think about how would you want to be handled in your, like in your senior years. And things like that, and start setting things up. So we got to think about when you like going back to like when you blowing a lot of your money, you're not making, wise investments. You're not having proper, saving plans or retire, life insurance and stuff like that. Things like that can be a problem. It can be a burden to your family, to your children. So start thinking about stuff like that, okay? And we talk about that. And I'm gonna roll it back again, okay? Trade out the bad habits with the good habits. Instead of procrastination, cherish your time to get the most done. Time is a precious commodity. Cherish your time. Instead of worrying, develop a strategy. We talked about the winner mindset. We talked about the wealthy people. They strategize and they ain't worrying. If it's a problem they can fix, they gonna fix it. They gonna call whomever on their team. They gonna have a meeting about it. They strategize. They not about to be around here worrying about a problem that they can possibly fix. And if they can't fix it, we moving on to the next. We're not about to be sitting here on this one issue, one problem for 3-5 months, and the thing still ain't going nowhere. We got to move on to next. Like, you know, we ain't about to be stuck on this issue. That's how a winner and wealthy person think. Okay, develop a strategy. Learn, like, with your losses and things that you probably, you know, fell short in. Like, take notes on that. How, you know what I'm saying? Learn from that. What can I do better? How can I develop a different strategy? How can I systemize this issue so it can be better? How can I delegate this? Because sometimes you might got to delegate the thing because you might not be right for doing that. So delegate to somebody who knows what to do and things like that. Y'all, do anything to make your life easier. Like, I learned a mentality. Why take the stairs when you can take the elevator? Learn like ways of making your life easier and making your stuff work for you instead of you working hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to get out that hard work. You making things work for you. Okay. Instead of being petty, keep your peace. Like, if you keep your peace, you can think clearer. You can come up with a strategy. You can come up with a different game plan or way of doing things. So do that, okay? Instead of feeling bad about yourself all the time, develop an attitude gratitude. Think about 3 things that you are grateful for. Wake up in the morning with attitude gratitude. What are things that you are thankful for? Instead of throwing your money away in excess of partying, gambling, things like that, recreational drugs, stuff like that, invest it. Think about what type of treatment you will want whenever you are, you know what I'm saying, you can't take care of yourself. How would you want to end? Where would you want to be? How would you want to end your last days? Like I said earlier, a lot of people don't want to go to a nursing home. Some people just want to be somewhere exclusive, like more like a vacation style thing, to where they got their own room and they got top-notch doctors and all that. But you got to put in and plan for stuff like that. Or they might just want to pass away peacefully in the comfort of their own home. You know, that's the thing now, where the family have to set something up, or, you know, through like having 24-hour care. You know, it's ways in doing stuff, but it all boils down to taking care of your responsibility now when you're healthy. You know what I'm saying? When you can do it, you in your right mind, so you can be able to have paperwork on that thing and you can have stuff done the right way. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, me and Chuck, he on here, we be playing around. We first on time Chuck, but he gonna put, when I pass away, he gonna put me in a hole, or we just be playing, or he gonna like burn me up. That's called cremation. He gonna burn me, like, you better do right. You know what I'm saying? So we talk about that, like what, you know what I'm saying? How we gonna, what's going on? What type of services I want? You know, how, you know, like, how do I want my last year to be, like where I want to be? We talk about stuff like that. We joke around too, but that's important. You know what I'm saying? How you know how you want to close out your chapters in life. That's important, and that comes, you gotta, you know, plan and talk about it with your significant other. You got, you know what I'm saying, you got kids. You need to talk about stuff like that. So I did a blog post on focusing through embarrassment. I got to get out of here. Focusing through embarrassment. You know what I'm saying? Embarrassment, shame, disappointment should not knock you out the game. It should not. You should be able to still rise and get up from stuff. A lot of people have different stories and things of how they still was able to come out of situations that they had no control over, whether you was born in poverty, whether you had a setback, whatever the case is, you still able to get past that. And then, you know, a lot of times, sometimes shame does come with things, but you got to know how to dust yourself off and go. So I wrote a blog on that. So y'all go check that on aprilblog.online. I'm about to put on one of my colors now. I think there's something that kind of complement what I got on this piece. So I'm going to try my girl Vixen on this morning to kind of go with this here, a dark purple. This is Liquid Matte. She's on my site. Stylesforme.org. That's what I'm rocking today on my site. Okay, so also my last point, this is stylesforme.org. I'm gonna put everything in the comments. So also guys, I'm doing this self-care wholeness. It's more like a discussion where we can get some ideas and feedback on how, and this is going to be catered more towards women this time. I'm going to do something for the men. Chuck is probably going to help me with that. You know, he can do that more for the men, like on a guy's perspective. So like for my perspective being that, you know, a woman that wears many hats, a wife, a mom, got a career, got, you know what I'm saying, like 2 part-time businesses or whatever. So coming from a woman's perspective, you know what I'm saying, like I want to have women on here we can talk about and share what do we do to stay balanced. What do we do when we have a lot of stuff, a lot of things that we're responsible for? What do we do to stay sane? What do we do to stay balanced? How are we able to get up and go even when life has obstacles, throw things at us? Life sometimes throw curveballs. How are we able to overcome these things and still stay on top of our game, still being able to stay healthy and show up, you know what I'm saying, to fight another day? How are we able to do that? So I will be having, I would like to have some women to join me. We're gonna kick this off the first weekend in April. So this to talk about, you know, what do we do to stay whole and things like that. So we're gonna talk about stuff like work-life balance, self-care routine, dieting, making money. I'm gonna have some business owners on here too. How we flip a side hustle. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do we do to be the Ruth of our family? I like to call myself Ruth. So I call them Boaz. So what do we do to help our rib? What do we do to help our help meet? Okay. So I have some some business owners. So if you would like to come on and we talk probably 5 or 10 minutes. And then people gonna have a chance to ask questions in the comments. And like, you know, what are their, you know, they want to have a question for us. What do they think about, how do they keep up with their self-care? So I want to kick this off in April, you know, so, and then, you know what I'm saying, as it goes into, Mother's Day or whatever. So, you know, so women, so if there's somebody who want to share, then you can also promote your business that time as well and talk about how you serve purpose in your family and in your community. So we are going to do that, okay? So so we're gonna kick it off in April. So now, you know, if you want to participate in it, go live with me, y'all. Women, inbox me, and I'll be sending out some invites as well to some to like women. I say probably no more than 5 women. 5 will be good. You can get like a different perspective on different people, how they go about their self-care routine. So we can kind of learn and thrive from and get some advice and tips on. So I'm looking for 5 women. We gonna cap it at 5, okay? 5 women. And then each of those women for participating, they will get something in the end, just like a thank you from me. Just for coming on, you know what I'm saying, helping me to push this thing out. So the 5 women, you will be receiving something special from me just for participating. Okay, so I need 5 women. And I need by the end of the month, and I need to kick this off April that's gonna be our spring break that week. So that first, so whatever time works, whether we are going to details as we get closer in. So that'll be like we can set a day and time when we can go live and we can come on here and then we can be able to begin to share. So I need 5 women. And also, like I said, this a kickoff on Mother's Day. Okay. So y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and head off. Happy Motivational Monday. Guys, trade it out. We trading it out. It's still young. 2026 is still young. Let's not let this year have us. You know what I'm saying? Let us have this year. You know what I'm saying? Let us tap in this March madness. Get mad about something. Get mad about your self-care. Get mad about your goals. Get mad about closing doors. Get mad about saying yes to everything, but you saying no to yourself. Get mad about that so you can make the changes. Okay, y'all. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you guys. My links will be in the comments. Bye bye.